So while we're waiting for audio, why don't we get to talking about Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions a bit? We have Thomas Wilson here, who's the creative director from Beenox, the developer for Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. So since the game's been out, what we wanted to do was grab some questions that we picked up from Activision's HeroHQ.com website for Thomas. So Dark Knight 95 asked, I know, I almost skipped this question just because of the username. What led you to choose Mysterio as the main villain and to choose to create villains such as Dr. Octopus 2099 instead of using pre-existing characters like Venom 2099?
That's a good question. Everybody hear me well? All right. So there's sound. Whew. All right, so we picked up, we were working with Dan Slott on the story to figure out which would be the main villain, because if you guys play the game, you know that the story revolves around the Tablet of Order and Chaos, and that drastically changes the power of the villain holds it. And so the idea is that we wanted a character that would have a drastic change, and considering the fact that Mysterio only generated illusions, we thought it'd be making sense to actually have him transform his illusion into something real, making him become more powerful. And also, we were working with some of our concept artists on the character, and we sort of modify his look a little bit. And when I was looking at the concept art, we actually had, instead of having the fishbowl, we had like sort of a frontal globe. And the concept artist had actually worked a skeleton, ghostly skeleton face inside the helmet, and I thought it was really badass. So we could totally picture him as being one of the main villain at the end of the game. I'm not going to spoil the final boss battle, but we wanted to make something epic. As for some of the villains we've chosen, it was just a... It's pretty good, it's pretty good. So one thing we wanted was to actually have fun with the villains and surprise some of the fans out there to actually have some of the characters exclusive for some of the dimensions. So although there are multiple characters in each of the worlds, it was actually a collaborative effort between Marvel and Activision to come up, and Beenox to come up with some unique villains. So Dr. Octopus 2099 is not a character featured in the comics, and plus it's a female version of the character, and we thought it'd be kind of fun to work with. So although there were multiple characters to choose from, we did that with Hammerhead as well in the 1930s in the Noir universe. We wanted to surprise the players and not just have specific villains taken from the comics. We could do that, and Marvel and Activision, Beenox thought it was a good idea.
Awesome. So I've got another question from Hero HQ. Songbird Nova, much better username, asks if you could choose one more dimension and 4 villains to go with it, who would they be?
There's so many dimensions to choose from. I wouldn't pick one. One thing I could say, though, is there are multiple villains out there that we wish we could have, that I could see being portrayed. Especially, and I'm thinking about villains we haven't used. I'm thinking, and it was mentioned in first question, I'm thinking about Venom in the future. Thanatos was one of the characters in the comics from the future that I thought would be really cool in the game. I'm thinking about the Tri-Sentinel, which I think would be awesome as an encounter. I'm thinking about the Chameleon, the Lizard. I'm thinking about Rhino, we haven't put in the game. I'm thinking about Morlun, Black Cat. And there's some characters that I thought in comics would be really cool, like Kraven in the Noir universe with his 2 white tigers. I thought it was awesome. There's Vulture as well in other dimensions that we could have done. So there's many villains to choose from, as a matter of fact. So it's really hard to pick 4.
Okay, and okay, I can't even read this. I think it means Andrew, but it's 4NDR3VV. I think that means Andrew. Can we expect a sequel?
Well, I cannot be specific about any future projects with Beenox. Let's just say that I think our first date with Spider-Man went well, and we want to build it into a strong relationship.
Okay, just jack this in there.
Heads will explode.
Does anyone know Latin for sound? Because that's like fiat lux, but for sound. Oh, and the final question from, and I love this, is from Optimus Prime 93. Will there be DLC?
Yes, there will. So what's expected by the end of October is you guys will get a chance to get the 4 Cosmic Spider-Man for all dimensions by the end of October.
Gosh, if we only had a video of that with audio.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be fantastic, huh? Boy. Can we dim the lights a little? Not bad, huh? And just because you got gypped on the audio before, we're going to play the 15-second spot one more time, with sound this time.
Thank you.
I am agility. I am speed. I am stealth. I am power. I am Spider-Man.
Command the power of all 4 Spider-Man in Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. Rated teen.
So there's a better look at the 4 Cosmic Spider-Man. Yep. Amazing, Noir, 2099, and Ultimate. Awesome. So we're going to move right along.